All right, today on Studyball, it's all about defense. And as an offensive guy, as a quarterback, to me, I'm always trying to look at defenses as I break down tape and going, okay, what would I do? What could I exploit? What do I see here that seems to be a weak area for this defense? How would I attack them if I was playing against them? So that's how I come at this thing oftentimes from a Studyball perspective, is from an offensive perspective going, okay, this was a theme that showed up. This is something I have to worry about when I'm playing against this particular team. And so we've seen both of these teams, the Eagles defense and the Chiefs defense, play some really good defense through the playoffs. In this particular Studyball, we're going to look at the Eagles defense and a couple of things that I saw that showed up over and over again. And then we're going to look at some of the things that they do great in the secondary. They're really good at intercepting the football. And we'll take a look at some of the players on the back end and why they are so good at taking the football away, because that will be key both for the Chiefs offense and this Eagles defense. All right, so one of the themes that I saw show up over and over again was what we call a deep over route, okay? So in this particular case, it's McLaurin right here running this deep over. And there's a couple reasons for it. So, you look a lot at the corners. Do the corners carry? So here, one of the common concepts you're going to see is a post with an over. And so when this corner is threatened, oftentimes he's running and plays more like man-to-man and covers deep, and that's what opens up the second area. So you're going to see that show up a lot with these good corners. They engage on the outside because they're used to playing a lot of man-to-man type principles. So Bradbury here is going to chase that post, and it's almost as if Slay is chasing man from the backside, even though everything else looks like zone. But you're going to see this huge over show up here for a big play, and they're lucky that Slay chased, because again, it looks like it's a quarters coverage more than it's man. And if Slay doesn't chase all the way from the backside, this is even a bigger play. But you see the big opening on the opposite side by the numbers. And this is a theme that you're going to see over and over again. The Giants is one of their favorite plays, and you're going to see them exploited here too. And so here they're running an underneath concept. So again, these corners are used to playing man-to-man. What they see, they like to jump. So you'll see either that corner chase deep with the guy that's running deep to his side, or if his guy runs short, he wants to jump that, and it leaves that big opening on the other side. Right here, you see it, big opening outside by the numbers on the opposite side because of those corners being so aggressive with the guys that they're covering. Okay, this particular case, they're dropping down to a cover 3, so we're going to clear this out. That happens, the safety is going to come down hard, and you're going to see another version of the deep over. There's that chunk throw on the other side by the numbers. Something that the Chiefs will do a lot too. That's a concept that they run a lot in their offense. Here we go again, right? So it looks like they're playing man-to-man over here, okay? Gardner Johnson, I think that's who this is going to go and run man with Saquon. So we've got man-to-man coverage on that side, yet over here, everybody seems to be playing zone, and it leaves a guy running scot-free on the deep over again. Giants take advantage of it. Take a look at one more here. Same kind of idea. Look at him drop down. I'm going man, I'm jumping it. I'm going man, I'm jumping it. And now, all of a sudden, we get over this side with the other side either messing it up or not playing, not on the same page or whatever, and you see huge opening on the other side. Giants can't take advantage of it in that situation. But a theme that shows up is the aggressiveness of these corners to jump the guys on their side, okay? Here's another look. It's a little bit different. We're going to run what we call 73. So it's a little 3 quick out here with the 7 up over the top as the Eagles are rotating down into a middle close defense. So this corner, his job is to drop into the deep third and allow the underneath guys to cover the underneath routes. But here's Darius Slay again, who jumps that quick out. Safety going to the middle of the field. Nobody left right here to that opening again. The opening out by the numbers based off of these corners being very aggressive in covering their guys. And again, may not be on the corners. Maybe they're supposed to be playing man here, but then I don't know who's covering these areas in zone because everybody else is staying low. So I put it on the corners. I have to think that's the corner's responsibility right here. But you see, Easy touchdown here for the Cowboys, CD Lamb, because of the corner being aggressive on that end. Okay, something else that I saw against the 49ers last week. Okay, so we've seen a couple times guys just being dropped and wide open in their man-to-man or what seems to be man-to-man coverage. Okay, so I want you to watch. So we start George Kittle on the other side and he motions over here. Okay, great. We've got a guy, I think that's Maddox right there, that's going to run across and cover a man. So it looks, by all intents and purposes, that we're playing man-to-man, right? We got man-to-man here. We got man-to-man here. He just chased him across. We've got man-to-man there. You see, wherever this is, coming down right here, pointing, going, okay, I got him. I don't know which one he's saying, but I'm assuming he's saying, I've got use check, and then the linebacker inside would go and cover Christian McCaffrey. So that's what it looks like to me. So we motion Kittle, and we know that Maddox is covering him man. Okay, now we're going to motion use check over. Okay, we motion use check over. Now what happens? Okay, now Maddox is going to bounce out here to cover use check as he goes outside, and then the guy that was covering use check is now going to bounce back to the middle, and they get confused with this as you get motion. Okay, so motion, we get confused. This linebacker's running over to cover Christian McCaffrey. Nobody's there to cover George Kittle. So George Kittle chips right here, and then he gets out. If you're able to find him now, again, great pass rush. They're able to get away with it a lot of times because of this pass rush. But if he finds George Kittle right here, they've dropped him again in coverage. Nobody there, just can't get him the football. So you see motion oftentimes, okay? So looks like they're in man-to-man coverage. Now we motion. As we motion, these guys get messed up with, okay, is this guy bumping? Am I staying inside? Do I bump? Whatever happens. So now you see two guys jump one. Look at George Kittle again. Wide open. Nobody even on that side of the field for the Eagles. Now, this is tough for Josh Johnson because the concept is, coming over to that side in 1 degree. So his eyes are over there. The pass rush is coming again. But you see, we saw it with the over routes. We've seen it a couple times against San Francisco. You get motion. They're man-to-man coverage. They will screw this up sometimes and leave guys sitting wide open if Patrick Mahomes and company can take advantage of that. All right, now let's take a look at their secondary. Secondary is really good. Led the league in interceptions based on their feel, okay? Starting with that guy out there, Darius Slay. So they're going to run a double post combination here, stick and try to go back across his face. Smart players on the outside. What's he know? He knows that we're on the 5-yard line right here. So it's going to be really hard to throw this ball up and over me. So I'm going to start to squat as I get close to the goal line. I'm going to read that outside move. Boom. Look at him beat the defender, or beat the receiver to the route on the post, trying to be a trust throw by Kirk Cousins, expecting his guy to cross face. Darius Slay does a great job. Goes and gets the interception. All right, that's one guy that they got back there. Okay? Monte Maddox right here, a guy that was hurt. Now he's healthy. He's one of their slot guys. Watch this field right here. Okay? So his job is to cover the flat. Justin Jefferson starts out to the flat. He would jump him and cover him, but Jefferson's going to run a return right here. As he feels that return come back inside, what's he do? Hey, that's not my guy. Pass him off to the next guy. This is good zone defense. Pass him off to the next zone and fall off to your zone. Boom, he falls off, baits Kirk Cousins into that. I'm jumping underneath. Now I'm going to fall off, and I'm going to go make the interception right there. Good feel there by Maddox as well. So you're going to see this across their secondary, a really good feel by all of these guys and why they're intercepting the football so much. So we're going to run a double post combination right here. So when we get this as a quarterback, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the free safety. Okay, so free safety stays high and deep. I'm going to look to hit the inside post. If that free safety jumps down and covers the inside post, then I throw the big post over the top of him. So right here, you're going to see what's Gardner Johnson do. Turns his hips, starts to cover the inside post right here, but all the while reading through to the quarterback. Kyler Murray sees this. The read is throw it outside to the outside post. So he's going to let it go. Great job by Gardner Johnson, turning, finding the football, his ability to play both, boom, and then tracking it and going to get it, right? And so this is so key. This ball's a little bit short. If this ball is thrown where you want it thrown up over the top, they probably get this right here because it was a good read. The ball's a little bit short and allows Garner Johnson to play both of them, but you see the instincts and the ability to play the football by this secondary. Okay, now they got the young rookie. Oh, sorry. Other guy, they're motioning across. The young rookie safety back here, Blankenship. Okay, so they're going to motion across. Okay, they're going to try to run that over route that we saw a bunch of teams hit against them. So look at this. They're running this over route right here. Look where Blankenship is at this particular point. Man, he's, 13 yards away from that over route. Look at his instincts and his read right here. Now, Aaron, I'm sure, is expecting his guy to flatten it a little bit more, but look at Blankenship's ability to read and react and come up and beat the receiver to the football. Just a great instinctual play right there to go get another interception. I mean, that's 4 different guys on the defense, and we haven't even talked about their other corner, Bradbury, that's over here, and you're going to see the instincts here as well, okay? So we're going to run a post route here, and then we're going to kind of bluff and run the wheel right here with a swing. All right, so what we're hoping as a quarterback is that Bradbury's going to chase that post, and then we're going to hit this second level throw right there. Looks like it's going to be open, but you see Bradbury again, reading through to the quarterback, seeing and understanding, okay, I've got my free safety coming over, pass the post off to the free safety, go take your responsibility, which he does right here. Boom, steals this ball from what is possibility of a big play, setting him up inside the 5 to an interception because of the instincts of the secondary, and it's across the board. We saw 2 safeties, we saw a nickel, we saw both corners react and make interceptions on the back end. All right, so you see some themes there in ways that you can attack them, some things that at times they mess up as they're trying to play more and more man coverage. It just seems weird. One side's playing man, the other side doesn't seem to get the memo, and they're playing zone, and they're leaving big opportunities when you cross the field, specifically with that deep over route. Again, we saw the motion against San Francisco where, again, dropping guys here and there along the way. Hey, can the pass rush get there when they drop guys and it doesn't hurt them? Can Patrick Mahomes figure out where those drops are and find the right guy? He's been so good at that throughout his career, but something to pay attention to when we watch Super Bowl 57. And then on the other side, just the instincts of their secondary. They were specifically pulled out. I think they had 15 interceptions this year. Specifically pulled out. Those are 5 interceptions by 5 different guys on their defense. They've got different guys on the back end that have a really good feel, very instinctual. And I've said this, throughout my entire career. I'd rather play against a really good player that plays by the book than a good player that has great instincts, that understands how to see through things, understands how to read routes. Such a hard thing for a quarterback when you think you've got a big play there to be had, and then somebody on the defense does something that you just don't expect most guys to do. Eagles have a bunch of those guys on the secondary, so something to pay attention to because great feel on the defensive side. We've already shown earlier this week there's a great feel with Patrick Mahomes, guys like Travis Kelce on the other side offensively. So it's going to be a fun chess match to watch the instincts of all of these great players play out on Super Bowl Sunday.